Hey everybody, Brandon Swanson here from Most Valuable Podcasts, and this week, today, I'm here to tell you the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be in the playoffs. After week 6, at 1-5, would you have ever thought that these Kansas City Chiefs would be a playoff team? I know what you're going to say. No way. No way at all. That's what I thought too. When even my lowly Bears were able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, I thought, oh boy, it's not going to be a good season. Well, it is after week 14, and the Kansas City Chiefs are 8-5, and they are the first playoff team. So what has it been for these Kansas City Chiefs? What has it been? Because it was in that week 6 game against the Chicago Bears that Jamal Charles went down with an ACL injury to end his season. I feel like the second time that has happened to Charles in the last couple of years. I feel for the guy. But the Kansas City Chiefs have continued to show that they're resilient and it's next man up. Charcandrick West has been good. Ware has been good. This has been a team that has put it together. This has been a team that has won 7 straight games. And the question is, will they lose again this regular season? My answer to you folks is no, they will not. The last 3 games for the Chiefs, at Baltimore, against the Browns, and home against the Oakland Raiders. On the road at Baltimore against a struggling Ravens team. To me, that's an easy win for Kansas City. An easy win for Kansas City in my eyes. They have much more offense. Baltimore has no offense. And their defense, highly questionable. For the Browns, they are so up and down, you never know what you're going to get out of them. They're a 3-10 team anchored by Johnny Manziel. Yeah, that's a shaky ship right there. And finally, the Oakland Raiders. This game could be tight. The Raiders have shown that they're very good. And by very good, I mean 6-7, but a very good 6-7 team. They beat the Denver Broncos 15-12 yesterday in a game I picked because, I just knew the Oakland Raiders would do it. Brock Osweiler was going to have to lose sometime. The Kansas City Chiefs almost beat the AFC West leading Broncos earlier this season. They lost 31-24. The Chiefs have been in these games that they lost. The Packers, they lost 38-28. Bengals 36-21, not so much. Bears 18-17. And the Vikings 16-10. The Chiefs could be a much better team than they are right now. They currently sit at 8-5. Behind them, the Jets at 8-5. They have the tiebreaker over the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers because of their winning percentage. So let's just talk for a minute about where these Chiefs could be going in these next couple of weeks. So you already know who they're playing. But what's really going to be the defining factor in winning these games? For me, it's Alex Smith. What are you going to be able to do? Because we saw this past week, the running game wasn't on point. Not a lot of yards from West, and Ware was down as well. But Alex Smith, he's found the big play. Jeremy Maclin's been a big part of that the last couple of weeks. Not necessarily counting this past one, but the Chiefs have gotten it done. And Alex Smith has not been the 49ers Alex Smith. He's been the Alex Smith that Andy Reid has wanted to see for quite some time. And that's another thing. I feel like Andy Reid, he's not talked much about anymore. It was big talk when he was coming from the Eagles to the Chiefs. He got to the Chiefs, he has turned things around. He just kind of sat back. He really hasn't been in the limelight. And for a coach, you're probably going, thank goodness. Bill Belichick wishes he could do that. But this has been a really well-coached team by Reid. A really big struggle, tough stretch at the beginning of the season where those 5 losses came into play. But they have really played well. How about that defense, too? 2 times when they have faced the Chargers this year, 3 points in each contest. That's all they've given up. Kansas City has been good. When they beat the Lions, they only gave up 10 points. When they beat the Broncos, they gave up 13. When they beat the Bills, 22, and the Raiders, 20. They haven't given up more than 22 points in their stretch. I think that's amazing. I think that's pretty darn good for this Kansas City Chiefs team. I'm excited at where they're going, but for the Chiefs, it's always, okay, they can get into the playoffs, and they'll get there. I really think they control it right now. They should win their last 3 games, with the only tough one, I think, being Oakland. And then they would end 11-5. Very respectable season. But it's what do they do in the playoffs that has me going, I don't know. I remember when they played the Colts, they showed up to the game, but it didn't really work out how they wanted it to, and that was just a couple of years ago. It's where these Kansas City Chiefs can take themselves once they get into the playoffs. This Chiefs team is a playoff team. At 8-5, they are the first wildcard team. Kansas City, hey, not only did you win the World Series, but Kansas City, could you be thinking Super Bowl? Maybe. But it's going to be Alex Smith who's going to have to take you there. And he's going to be the key player in these next 3 games. Thanks again for joining me today, everybody, talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Them making the playoffs, how they're going to do it. They've got such a good chance right now. And then what they're going to need to do once they get into the playoffs to really make a run. They can totally do it. They've already got a World Series. Do they want to add Super Bowl? You bet they do. Folks, make sure you subscribe to Most Valuable Podcast, #Quest for 500. We are chugging along. We are almost there. We are getting close. We're at 481 as of right now, this very second. And we're looking for 19 more. 19 more. More than that, of course, but 19 more until we reach our quest. It is an epic quest for 500 subscribers. So, folks, once you watch this video, do me a favor. Go and subscribe. Because not only is it this video, but we've got much more that you can take a look at, including our NFL previews. Ricky Widmer and I will have Week 15 coming up later this week, so make sure you're looking out for those. But I'm going to steal a line right here from my good pal, Ricky Widmer. As always, have a good day, everybody. So long.